Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Voice of Radio, so today we need to take a look at Paldea Evolved, which has gone and started showing up in some big box stores over in the US. Now, just to be clear, we'll go over the dates in a minute. This is not a set that has been officially released yet. The release dates are coming up. This is not a set that should be on shelves at this stage. Shouldn't be there, but it is there. And yeah, unfortunately, we cover the news on this channel. I kind of wish this stuff wouldn't happen, honestly. I like it when we have the proper release and everything comes out at the right time, and we all get to share that excitement of release day, where we all go down and we all get our cards on release day, and we've got pre-release day and all of that. That's what I like. I am not a fan of these cards popping up early in big box stores, which unfortunately does seem to be happening far too often, and not just for Pokemon. Incidentally, I've seen this happen for a bunch of different games. I mean, there was a Keyforge set that literally dropped. It was something ridiculous like 6 weeks or 2 months before the release date. It was absolutely absurd. But it has happened, and that is unfortunately the news, and we do cover the news on this channel, so let's go and have a look at exactly what's been going on. Now, in terms of Paldea Evolved, it's got an official release date of June the 9th. That is, as I record, exactly 3 weeks from today. The set is out, it is out in stores, all the products are being released. Because, of course, we have a whole heap of products. Yes, we've got things like booster packs and booster boxes and all of that. But then you've got all the other products like your Elite Trainer boxes, your booster bundles, and everything else. Free pack blisters, I'm always a big fan of free pack blisters. It's pretty cool. But there's also a bunch of one-pack blisters. And what's interesting is that it is these blisters that are finding their way into stores. What we've actually got are blisters featuring Armarouge and Dondozo, which I'm not sure if we've talked about on this channel yet. These one-pack blisters, incidentally, tend to be retailer exclusive, or, you know, they're not sent out to a lot of the game stores that would show off these products, just to kind of big box stores who generally don't publicize that they're coming. So that's why these blisters tend to sneak out without us seeing them, because they're sent to stores that just don't care enough to, you know, they're not really into Pokemon like that. Whereas if your local game store gets a product no one's seen before, they're really excited to go and tell their friends, and that's kind of the point. So this is what's out there. As far as I am aware, and as always, please correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong about this, as far as I'm aware, nothing else has been out there. I've not seen any booster boxes, I've not seen any separate booster packs, I've not seen Elite Trainer boxes, I've not seen free pack blisters. All I've seen are these blisters, which incidentally, and I've told you this before, they are not a good, efficient way to buy cards. Essentially, what you get is an evolution line, which is exactly the same as if you pulled it from a booster pack. They're not alternate art, they're not promos or anything like that. They are just the exact same cards you would have pulled from packs of Scarlet and Violet, and you get a pack for, like, too much money. I mean, I think they're being sold for $6. That's what I'm seeing on one of these images here. And yeah, that's too much. These shouldn't be $6 products, ladies and gentlemen. Well, no, that's a lie. They should be $6 products. But what I'm saying is, if you want to buy Paldea Evolved, and you just want Paldea Evolved, and you don't want the, I can't call them promos, they're not promos, other cards, $6 is too much to spend on this. But you know what? It's apparently the only way to get them at the moment. Here we go. So over pkmn.gg tweeted this out. Paldea Evolved, you know I grabbed some, showing them on the shelves of a store. And again, we've got those same one-pack blisters with Armarouge and Dondozo. We've got a very similar product here from the real Pinoy Rob? Sorry, Rob. However, that's supposed to be red. You can see it on the screen there. And again, we've got them on the shelves, ready to go. And this is from Target in Royal Palm, Florida. Now, Sean the Only is 224 Our Appleton, Wisconsin Target with Paldea Evolved blisters, showing them in a Target bag, not on the shelves, but still clearly saying that they were, picked up in Target in Wisconsin. We've got Johnny 2 Swole, who found some Paldea Evolved today. Doesn't say where they were actually found, but clearly showing again those same 1-pack blisters. And Pokedread Trav the Trigger, never stop amazing me, Paldea Evolved early. And again, not shown in a shop, but clearly gone and picked up a bunch of blisters of Paldea Evolved. Now, those are 5 different sources. Journalists generally tend to triple source. I've gone above and beyond. I've quintuple sourced here. There are other people posting about this, but I think 5 sources is enough. And it seems that they have been sold early. And essentially what's happened here is Target done goofed. It's as simple as that. Now, I cannot promise these were all found in Target, but the 2 people who told where they were from are from Target. The Pokemon GG, you can't see where they are, but by the same token, you can clearly see that the POS, the little labels on the hangers, are clearly Target hangers, and the one from Sean you can clearly see is in a Target bag. So it seems to be that all the ones that have been found so far have been found in Target. And this essentially happens. And the reason, and I can't speak for absolute certain, I'm not an employee of Target, but I've studied and taught business for many years, and I've seen this happen in other markets. And essentially what happens is they get delivered to the store, and somebody at the store is responsible for putting a note on the system that they are not to be sold until a certain date. And what should happen is that when that note is put on the system, they can't be scanned, and if they are scanned, the system basically says you can't sell those yet. That is what is supposed to happen. Somebody who is responsible for doing that, and it seems to be at the corporate level, not the store level, because, we've seen this in Florida and Wisconsin, and they are not the same state. It seems to be somebody didn't do that, or a mistake was made. Again, I can't say exactly what happened. I'm not an employee of Target. I don't know. I'm giving you my opinion on what I think happened, given my general business knowledge and nothing more. But essentially, somebody was responsible for making sure that the system didn't allow these to be sold until the 9th of June. And somebody messed up and has allowed these to be sold early. These shouldn't even scan. And I've seen this time and time again with video games, with music, with books, etc. I've worked in retail stores in my younger days, and essentially if you tried to scan these things early, it would just come up as not recognized, and then you'd call over somebody to override the till system, and that person would know what was going on, and that person would go, nah mate, these aren't out yet, you can't sell these. That's what should be happening. Sometimes I have seen till systems, I don't know how widely these are used, but I've seen till systems that literally will recognize the barcode and display not for sale until this date. I've seen it, I don't know how widely they're used. But my point is, these shouldn't be sold, and they have been. The official release date of Paldea Evolved is the 9th of June. Like I say, 3 weeks from today as I record this. Pre-releases start next weekend on the 27th, 28th of June. That is where you can go and pick up your build and battle kits, get your pre-release promos, and, join in for the very first time with the festivities. That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm not a fan of these things being sold early. I've told you this before. I'm really not. My ideal situation is we get the reveals as planned, and I cover them on the channel, and I have lots of fun doing so. We go along to pre-releases, I open some packs, I chat with some people, maybe play a few games, get an opening done for the channel, and just kind of enjoy pre-release weekend. My Twitter is full of Pokemon fans, right? As you might imagine. So seeing all your pre-release pulls over the weekend, seeing the pre-release decks you've made is fantastic and awesome and wonderful. And then from there, a couple weeks later, we get the full release. Everybody enjoys their cards and shares their pulls and gets excited. That's the way I like these releases to be going. I am not a fan of things being sold early in these big box stores, but unfortunately somebody somewhere done goofed, and they are for sale. And because they're for sale, unfortunately that is news. We have to kind of bring you the news. That's what we do here. But unfortunately, yeah, this thing has happened, and I've seen enough people posting about it at this stage that it definitely seems to be legit. Obviously, I've not seen it myself. I'm in the UK. I'm not going over to the US just to double check this, but I've given you plenty of sources from people who have, and they are out there. At the moment, it just seems to be the Armor Rouge and Dondozo blisters, and maybe that's why. Maybe the answer here is because they're more unusual products, because they're not kind of in the core range of products, maybe that's why they got left out and didn't get put on the system that they shouldn't be sold, or did get put on the system so they could be. Maybe that's the answer here. That literally could be the explanation, that all the core products were set up properly, but this as a kind of extra product that isn't being sold everywhere got missed. That might be the answer. Regardless, it's a little bit sad. What I will say is, I love that Dondozo from Scarlet and Violet, so I do kind of love that that is getting a blister, and I will pick some of these up when they're actually out. For now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to know what you think about this. I want to know if you spotted any. I want to know anything you want to tell me, so let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and card games and Pokemon card games, all kinds of fun things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join the Discord, all kinds of fun things. Oh, and of course, you can get shoutouts on the channel, like the lovely, where are we to, Eric Ridgway, who is a very lovely person, been a supporter for a while now, so shout out to Eric for the support, and for generally just being a lovely dude. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.